Chapter 6 Verb. A verb is a word that denotes an action or being or possession. Read the following sentences. 1. Mary put the cups on the table. Action. 2. The bowler throws the ball to the batsman. Action. 3. This river is quite shallow. Being. 4. Shakespeare was the greatest dramatist. Being. 5. The nightingale has a sweet voice. Possession. 6. These bungalows have beautiful flower gardens. Possession. Verbs can be transitive or intransitive depending on whether they need an object to make complete sense. Let us learn more about the object of the verb. Direct and indirect objects. Verbs can have two objects, direct or indirect. A direct object is a noun or pronoun that receives the action of the verb. It is identified by asking the question who or what in relation to the verb. Example, the teacher opened the book. Answers the question opened what? The indirect object is a noun or pronoun that tells us to whom or for whom the action of the verb is performed. Example, the tailor showed her a beautiful dress. Answers the question showed whom? Remember that for a verb to have an indirect object, there must also be a direct object. The indirect object usually appears before the direct object. Look at these sentences. Subject, verb, indirect object, direct object. She gave me book. He brought her some flowers. Transitive and intransitive verbs. A transitive verb is a verb which needs an object to complete its meaning. Example, they bought some vegetables. I analytical skills J. Here, vegetables is the direct object of the verb bought. It answers the question, what did they buy? Bought is a transitive verb because it has the object, vegetables. An intransitive verb makes complete sense by itself. It does not need an object to complete its meaning. Example, the race began. Here, the subject is race and the verb is began. The sentence does not have an object, but makes complete sense. The verb began does not need an object to complete its meaning and hence is an intransitive verb. Look at some more examples of transitive and intransitive verbs. The same verbs can be transitive or intransitive depending on how the verb is used. Times the cat chased the mice. Transitive. Times water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Intransitive. Times mother boils eggs for breakfast. Transitive. Times the cat is sleeping on the couch. Intransitive. Times rabbits love carrots. Transitive. Times the rabbit is going into its burrow. Intransitive. Times my mother stitched a skirt for me. Transitive. Verbs of incomplete predication. In the last exercise, you may have noticed that some verbs, though intransitive, without an object, need other words to complete their full meaning in the sentence. Look at these sentences. Times Sanjay seems angry. Times here, the word angry completes the meaning of the sentence. It tells us how Sanjay seems. The adjective angry helps complete the meaning of the sentence. It is complement of the verb. The verb seems requires the help of the given complement to complete its meaning. It is intransitive verb of incomplete predication. Words which help to complete the meaning of the verb form the complement of the verb. As they tell us something important about the subject, they are called subjective complements. Intransitive verbs which need words other than objects to complete their meaning are called intransitive verbs of incomplete predication. Transitive verbs too take complements. Times the prince appointed him minister. Times here, the pronoun him is the object. Times the noun minister tells us what the man was appointed as. Times Preetha found the extra classes useful. Times here, the noun classes is the object. Times the adjective useful tells us how Preetha found the classes. Note, subjective complements are used with intransitive verbs. Objective complements. Objective complements. Complements that give information about the object of the verb are called objective complements. Transitive verbs which need the help of other words to complete their meaning are called transitive verbs of incomplete predication. As the examples show, the complement can be a noun, an adjective or an adverb. Formation of verbs. Auxiliary verbs. 1. From nouns, courage encourage, friend befriend, class classify. 2. From adjectives, rich enrich, fresh refresh, loose loosen. Let us learn how verbs are formed with the help of common prefixes and suffixes. In some cases we have to alter the spellings also. Prefix a, n, b, b, able, enable, fool, befool, circle, encircle, friend, befriend, joy, enjoy, head, behead. Suffixes a, n, b, ise, broad, broaden, apology, apologize, less, lessen, civil, civilize, dark, darken, critic, criticize.